I have the new Rescue Beauty Lounge video for you guys today. I have not the entire collection because there are 2 more colors coming, but I have 4 of the colors for the new Rescue Beauty Lounge collection, which is called Je t'aime, je t'aime. If you guys can't tell, it is a French title, and this collection is totally inspired by Paris, and it is probably one of my favorite themes that she has ever done. Just for some housekeeping details, this collection will have a part 1 pre-order and a part 2 pre-order. The second pre-order will be sometime in the middle of April, but I will have the date and time listed in the description box down below for the pre-order for this first part. This first part, again, has 4 colors and they're gorgeous. They're perfect for spring. They're totally French and I am pretty in love with them, and I feel like I say that every Rescue Beauty Lounge video, but it's because it's true. Again, this collection was inspired by G's love of Paris, and it totally reads through when you read her blog post, which I will link her blog post down below. You can read her story with Paris, and it's like so inspiring. It's really soulful, it's beautiful, and you can tell how much she adores that city. I've actually never been to Paris, and it's like #1 on my travel wish list. I absolutely want to go one day. She said the first time that she ever went was when she was 29 years old, and she just fell in love with the city, and then she didn't return until 13 years later, and she goes really quite often. If you guys ever follow her on Twitter, which you totally should, you can see that she's in Paris quite often. But yeah, you can see how much she loves this collection through her blog posts as well as these colors. More specifically, this collection, Je t'aime, je t'aime, was inspired by her love of Parisian markets. And again, read through that blog post because it's really well written, and you can totally place yourself in a Paris market if you've never been in one before, and I have never been in one before, and so I was totally inspired by it. And she tells a story of how the markets change through the seasons and how just everything is so lively, but it's so different every season, and how special every season is to Parisians. I think this collection so far totally mirrors that, and she has completely embodied just like the sassiness and the coolness and the edginess of Paris, but with that rustic and really like quality of life that you would imagine a Paris market would be like. Again, there are 6 total colors in the collection. So far I have 4 for you. I can name the other 2 for you guys though if you guys want. The first one is, the first 2 that I don't have that she hasn't sent to me yet is Cumbia, and that is French for how many, and I'm going to try and say these as well as possible. I took French in high school, but it's an iffy state of whether I can actually really say these very well. And the description of Cumbia is a elegant and neutral beige gold with a slight rose cast and a sugary shimmer running through it. The second color that I don't have yet is Poissonian Rouge, and that's 3 red onions, and it's supposed to mimic the color of the inside of a red onion. So there's like a fuchsia, like a toned down fuchsia, or a magenta, like right in between those, and I believe that one's going to be a cream jelly. Again, those pre-orders for those 2 will be in mid-April, and make sure you guys follow me on Instagram or Twitter, and I will remind you guys via Instagram or Twitter when those are coming out, and I'll probably have a video for that one, for those 2 colors as well. But I do have the other 4 colors to show you guys. The first one is called Bonne Journée, and it is like a dusty pink shimmer. Really pretty. Really reminds me of just hydrangeas. If you guys ever Google like Paris markets, which I do once in a while, and I have a Tumblr, and pictures like that come up all the time on Tumblr. But if you ever look at European markets, and they have flower markets that are just gorgeous, and you always see those pink hydrangeas that are tucked in all of those sort of displays, that's what this color totally reminded me of. It also sort of reminds me of like a rose petal-y sort of texture and color. It's a bright pink, but it's also toned down, and I feel like that shimmer kind of helps with that. It's not a color I absolutely love on my skin tone. These sort of mid-tone ranges of pinks, which I've said on my channel like over and over again, are not my favorite. But I like this one matted down. I have added a matte top coat to one of my fingers, which you'll see in the swatch, and it's really, really elegant and really beautiful matted down. It's really pretty on its own as well. The shimmer in this has a slight copper hint, and so it kind of warms it up. And I feel like when you wear it on its own, the shimmer definitely comes out a little bit better than when you matte it down. It is a beautiful color regardless. Formula-wise, this one was opaque in 2 coats, which sometimes can be hard with shimmers like this. Shimmers that lean on the more metallic side like this sometimes get a little bit thin and you need 3 coats sometimes, but I didn't find that to be an issue with this one. It was opaque in 2 coats, and I didn't get very many brush strokes with this one either when it dried down. The next one is called Ah Oui, and that is oh yes in French, and this one is my favorite of the 4, and you guys can probably tell because of the color. This is a periwinkle, almost has like a slight hint of lavender cream jelly. And I love it. And I love this finish of nail polish, and I love this color, and yeah, okay, like look, the book in the background of my videos, this is an Alice in Wonderland book, is like almost the same color as this, and I have like things spread throughout this entire room that are in this shade or close to this shade, so yeah, I absolutely love this one. Like, before I even put it on, I was like, I know that's gonna be my favorite. G said she wanted to capture a cloudless Parisian sky. I saw that as well after I read her description, but I also, when I saw this for the first time, was thrown into a very specific visual of like French plateware. They have like the white plateware with like the blue designs on it, and this totally threw me to that, as well as flower markets and just like aprons and sort of that rustic French kitchen-y sort of feel. In some lights I can see this running a little bit purple, and then in other lights I can see this running a little bit gray, which I think is like the best quality of any sort of periwinkle type of color. Formula-wise, this one was great. This one was opaque in 2 coats. Sometimes I find this has a cream jelly formula. Sometimes I find that Crellies can be kind of difficult to work with, especially if they don't have glitter in them. I feel like they can get a little bit patchy and you can't really get a smooth finish, and you have to wait a really long time between coats so that it doesn't drag, but if you wait too long then it just doesn't go on evenly. This one applied like a dream. This one was completely smooth and opaque in 2 coats, and there were no patches, and it was just so pretty, and I absolutely love it. And this is easily one of my favorite Rescue Beauty Lounge colors now, just because it's gorgeous and it's easy to work with, and I love it. And like literally the name is Ah Yes, and that's how I feel. That's how I feel about this color. The next one is called C'est Tu, and it is a shimmer. It's another shimmer. It's not as metallic-y shimmer as the first one was though. This one does have a little bit of like individual pieces of shimmer that you can see in the bottle. The color base is a gunmetal-y sort of almost green color, and then the shimmer in there is pink and gold and like silver, and sometimes you can even see some like dark gray pieces. Really, really cool color. This one, when I first saw it, for me just kind of screamed like Paris chic. It reflected to me that edgy side of Paris you see in Paris Fashion Week, and you see in just, you know, the way that they carry themselves. There's a little bit of edginess to them, and this color sort of reminded me of that. C'est tu in English translates to that's all, and she says in her description, if anyone asks you avec ça, which means do you want anything else, I guess, all you have to say is that's all. And so that's what this color was inspired by. This one applied like a dream as well, completely opaque in 2 coats. The shimmer in this definitely shows up really well. It doesn't get lost in the color base. Kind of an unexpected color for spring, in my opinion. It's not a color that I would really ever think to wear in the springtime, but I feel like this one would look really cool on toes, especially on like tanner people on toes at the beach. I feel like that would look really cool in that very specific situation. And then the last one that I have to show you today is called Pardonne-moi, and that means excuse me, and it's just so much nicer when it's in French. I feel like excuse me is a very like Like, even if you say it with an English accent or like an Australian accent or like a Canadian accent, it sounds so much nicer than when like American people say excuse me. So if you said it in any other language, it would sound really nice. She totally says that in her description as well, and so I read that and I was like, you're right. You're right, G. You're totally right. Tangent aside, this one is a really rich indigo blue with a purple flash to it. And the purple is definitely a bright, like saturated purple. It's not like a really dark purple or sort of a bluish purple. It's definitely a purple. The formula is the same as Bonne Journée, which is that metallic-y sort of shimmer. She calls it a satin finish. It does like mimic a satin ribbon very, very well. I would still kind of qualify it more as a metallic shimmer. I guess it would be a satin because it's not quite as like reflective as a metallic. But anyway, it is really, really pretty. This one had a thinner formula, so this one needed 3 coats for me to be opaque. Brushstrokes were also a little bit more apparent with this nail polish. It's definitely a unique color to my collection. It's not a color that I have very many of, which is the blue with the purple flash, especially this sort of deep indigo blue and how saturated both of the colors are in this. Those are the first 4 colors from the Je T'aime collection. If you guys have any questions, I would love to hear them. Leave them in the comments down below and I will be sure to try and respond to them. If you guys haven't noticed, I've been trying to respond to more comments recently. And yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. I really love these colors. Especially that periwinkle jelly. Totally a way to my heart, G, is to get anything periwinkle colored. So yeah, I hope you guys like this collection as well. I will have photos and swatches linked down in the description box onto my blog, as well as to all of the other bloggers that will have their post up as well. Again, I will have all of the information for pre-orders and dates and times down in the description box down below, so make sure you guys check that out so you guys don't miss out on this collection, and follow Rescue Beauty Lounge and G, as well as myself if you'd like, on Instagram or Twitter so you guys don't miss out on dates. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the first half of this collection, or the first 4 colors of this collection, and if you guys did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you guys are new to my channel, please subscribe. Welcome. I would love for you guys to subscribe if you guys feel like it. And yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I will see you guys soon.